What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Okay, guys, so we're going to cover the second half of Thor by Donny Cates, Volume 1. Yes, the second half, because we already covered the first half a while back, and so we must dive into the second half. Now, remember, Thor is no longer just Thor. He is now King of Asgard, the All-Father of Asgard. But of course, in his first few days of being King of Asgard, that is the moment Galactus appeared. And Galactus told Thor that the Black Winter is coming. Now, basically, the Black Winter is kind of like a cloud that's just going through the universe, wiping things out left and right. And usually when it comes to the Black Winter, it basically wipes out a universe, and that's when the universe is remade in a new version. Now, Galactus had fought the Black Winter not once but twice. The first time, he was just a regular man, but after fighting against the Black Winter, he was given a new life, of course being Galactus in the new universe. But now the Black Winter is back, and Thor must help Galactus eat 5 different planets to fight against the Black Winter to hopefully win. Now, on top of that right there, Thor is now the herald of Galactus. You heard that right. Thor is now the herald of Galactus to help Galactus eat 5 planets to help Galactus be ready to fight against the Black Winter. Now, where we left off at last time, Thor was fighting against Beta Ray Bill, and he beat down on Beta Ray Bill to the point where he actually broke the hammer, Stormbreaker, the hammer that Beta Ray Bill was using. Now, with that hammer gone, it did seem like Thor was going to continue to fight against Beta Ray Bill, but Lady Sif stepped in and said, no, you are no longer going to fight against someone you called a brother. And that is where we left off at last time. So let's dive into the second half of Thor by Donny Cates, Volume 1. Here we go. So getting into today's video, we actually do pick up with Thor getting ready to actually attack Lady Sif and also Beta Ray Bill. Now remember, Lady Sif is now really Heimdall in Asgard, because remember, Heimdall was the person who watched over everything over the 10 realms. On top of that right there, Heimdall was the person who actually controlled the Bifrost. But now Lady Sif is in that role. But of course, right now she's protecting Beta Ray Bill because she believes that Thor has gone mad. Now, of course, you have Thor trying to demand Lady Sif to get out of the way so that he'll be able to continue to fight against Beta Ray Bill. But of course, you have Lady Sif say no, because she is not afraid of Thor. Now, of course, when Thor heard her say no, that made him very angry, because he feels like as King of Asgard, the All-Father, he should be able to tell anyone anything and make them follow commands when he wants them to. But of course, she said no, and on top of that, that is the moment she tells Thor, you are not like your father, so act better than your father. Your father was a different kind of king, but this is your time to be your own kind of king. And this is her saying, I am not afraid of you, but I'm going to tell you, you need to get better, act better, be a better king. Now, on top of that right there, you do have Thor actually try to throw his hammer at Lady Sif, and what she does is teleport the hammer away, because with the Bifrost, she has that ability. She's able to teleport almost anywhere in the universe if she wants to. And of course, she can teleport other things anywhere in the universe or the 10 realms. And so she basically teleported the hammer away over to where the ice giants live, of course, right in front of Loki. But right after that, you do have Thor tell Lady Sif that he is not afraid of anything. He's not afraid to actually attack her. But that is the moment you have Lady Sif say, no, you are afraid. Remember, with the Bifrost, with the powers of Heimdall now in me, I can see everything, meaning that she knows that Thor is worried about something, and we know what he's worried about, because right now his hammer is becoming heavy for him, to the point where he does struggle sometimes to lift the hammer, which could mean that sooner or later he might come unworthy for the hammer. And so right now it's her telling Thor, I know what you are worried about. And so she leaves back to Asgard with Beta Ray Bill to let Thor continue to work with Galactus. Now that is the moment you have Loki actually walk over to the hammer of Thor. And when he does, you have Loki wonder if he can actually pick up the hammer of Thor. And that has been a question for Loki for a very long time. And of course, you have Loki actually try. And when Loki does, he's able to actually pick up the hammer. Now that right there is huge for this entire series by Donny Cates, because now Loki is able to actually pick up the hammer. Now, of course, it's not like the hammer now belongs to Loki, because right after Loki was able to pick up the hammer, you have Thor call the hammer back to him where him and Galactus is actually at. And that right there is kind of important because it tells us, yes, Loki was able to pick up the hammer, but the hammer does not belong to Loki automatically. It still belongs to Thor. And that right there is kind of interesting. Now, of course, right after Thor was able to get his hammer back, that is the moment you have Thor actually take some more power of Cosmic away from Galactus. Just like that, said, bam, thank you, that's my power now. Not all of it, but some of it. And so Thor is a tad bit stronger again. Now, with that being said, you do have Thor tell Galactus, okay, you already ate one planet, which means you have 4 more to go. So let's go find the other 4 so that we can finally fight against the Black Winter and hopefully defeat the Black Winter. Now, of course, that is the moment we do see Thor and Galactus go to the next 3, not 4, the next 3 planets. So 2, 3, and 4 are knocked out. But of course, right before Galactus is able to eat every single one of those planets, you have Thor being able to evacuate every single kind of creature on those planets as a way to protect them from being eaten by Galactus. But then Galactus is able to continue to eat the planets after every single person is off those planets. Now, when Thor and Galactus do arrive at the 5th and final planet he needs to eat to basically fight against the Black Winter, that is the moment you have Thor actually go down to greet the people who live on the planet. Now, with that being said, you have Thor tell the people, stand down. Do not try to fight me or him because we can easily stop you guys in a matter of seconds. But of course, you do have the leader of this planet actually tell Thor, don't worry, we are not going to fight you. Matter of fact, we are going to let you eat the entire planet, but we want to die with our planet. And it's kind of like, man, that is really messed up. And of course, for Thor, he's kind of like, no, please let me help you. I can ask my person, Lady Sif, to basically bring the Bifrost to teleport you over to Asgard as a way to protect you guys while this planet is actually eaten by Galactus. Now, while Thor is talking to the people, that is the moment you have Galactus just begin to eat the planet. And you have Thor freaking out like, yo, Galactus, what are you doing? Why are you eating the planet right now? There are still people who live on here. I was not able to evacuate yet. But that is the moment you have Galactus say, we have no choice. The Black Winter is here. The Black Winter has arrived. And so the Black Winter and Galactus are both right now eating the same planet, which means that Thor has no choice but to go ahead and sacrifice the people on this planet to the Black Winter and Galactus so that Galactus and Thor can get ready to fight against the Black Winter. Now, you actually do have Thor cover up his eyes because he does not want to see that planet be wiped out by 2 powerful beings at the same time, because he knows there is no way possible to save everyone on that planet in time. And so you have Thor just fly away. He cover up his eyes so he does not have to watch it. It's one thing to hear it, but it's another to actually hear it and watch it at the same time. Now, right after that, you have Thor tell Galactus that Galactus will pay for his crimes. Galactus will pay for the death of all of those people who died on that planet. But you have Thor tell Galactus, not right now, because right now Galactus and Thor must get ready to fight against the Black Winter, because the Black Winter is here. And so now it's time. Galactus, Thor versus the Black Winter. But getting into the next chapter of this storyline, we actually do pick up with Lady Sif talking to Beta Ray Bill in Asgard. Now, the reason why they're talking is because Lady Sif is worried. And the reason why she is worried is because she has lost the ability to see Thor. Because remember, with her now being the new Heimdall for Asgard, she's able to see almost everything across the 10 realms. Asgard, Midgard, Heaven, all of them. But here comes the problem though. When it comes to Lady Sif, she cannot see Thor. She can't see him right now. And when she calls out for Thor, asking him to let her teleport him back over to Asgard, Thor tells her no. And so now she is worried. She's worried about the idea that Thor could possibly die. And so right now, that's right there Marvel showing us what could possibly happen to Thor and Galactus fighting against something like the Black Winter. That Thor could actually die. No matter how powerful Galactus is, the Black Winter could still possibly win and kill off Thor and Galactus. But getting back over to Thor and Galactus fighting against the Black Winter, you actually have the Black Winter talk to Thor, talk to Galactus, and telling Thor and Galactus that they're basically going to lose. Which right now we can see that, because no matter how powerful these two characters are, they still struggle fighting against the Black Winter. And on top of that right there, you actually have Thor right now freaking out. Thor's wondering, can they actually win this battle? Now, you do have the Black Winter tell Galactus and Thor that right now, the Black Winter does not even care for Galactus. He'll take care of Galactus later on. But right now, he wants to focus on Thor. He wants to show Thor how he's going to die. Because remember, when you look into the Black Winter, you see how you die in the future, how you possibly be killed or die, whatever, you see your death. And right now, the Black Winter wants to show Thor how Thor is actually going to die. Now, when Thor wakes back up, of course, he wakes up in some kind of room, a room that's endless. It just never ends. And so with that, you have Thor actually be confronted by Gore the God Butcher. Now, this is actually very important because Gore the God Butcher was known for being the God Butcher, but Thor defeated Gore. And so right now you have Thor wondering, wait a second, am I going to die by the hands of Gore? But then Thor is attacked by Loki. And so now you're wondering, wait a second, is Loki going to be the reason why Thor is actually dead? What is the Black Winter trying to show Thor? Who is going to kill Thor? But that is the moment you have the Black Winter show all the different enemies of Thor. All of them, Doctor Doom included, Mephisto, the list goes on. All these characters have basically fought against Thor. Now, remember, Thor had died over the years. And matter of fact, the Black Winter brings up those deaths and said, you have died so many different times, but you always come back. So the question is right now, what is your true ending? What is your true death? What is actually going to put an end to you? Because every single time where we think that you are going to die, you pop right back up again. And so now the question is, what is going to be your real death? Now, you do have Thor continue to fight back against the Black Winter, trying to push the Black Winter out of his mind, to show the Black Winter that he is not going to be someone who is going to be easily defeated, to the point where Thor is able to push the Black Winter far enough to get out of it to regroup with Galactus. But then you have the Black Winter tell Thor, okay, fine, but I'm going to show Galactus how he is going to die. And so that is the moment you actually have the Black Winter take the form of Thor, a darker Thor, a black Thor. Now, with that being said, you actually have Galactus remind us that when it comes to the Black Winter, you see your death. And Galactus had looked into the Black Winter twice. When he was a regular man and when he was Galactus. But when he was Galactus, he saw how he was going to die by the hands of Thor. And so right now you actually have Galactus and Thor thinking that this could be the moment where Galactus could possibly die. But of course, you have the Black Winter tell Thor and Galactus that right now, the Black Winter is not here to wipe out the universe. Galactus lied. The Black Winter said Galactus lied because usually the Black Winter would come around and destroy a universe, but he's not here to destroy this universe. And matter of fact, you have the Black Winter tell us that something even darker is coming. A lot of different things that are darker than the Black Winter is coming. And so with that, you have the Black Winter say, no, I'm not here to wipe out your universe. I'm here for Galactus. Because remember, when Galactus was a regular man, that was the first time he saw the Black Winter in the previous version of this universe. But of course, when the Black Winter wiped out that universe, he kept Galactus alive. And now this is the moment we are going to learn why. Because you come to find out the Black Winter says, Galactus is my herald. Which is crazy because Thor is right now Galactus' herald, but the Black Winter says, no, Galactus is my herald. That is why I let him live. That is why he is Galactus, because he is my herald. He has been lying to you guys this entire time. I'm not here for universe. I'm just here for Galactus. Now, when we get into the final chapter of the storyline, we actually do pick up in the future. Well, the present day, I guess, because you actually have the Silver Surfer stop by to talk to Thor, where, of course, you do have the Surfer asking Thor about how he felt after dealing with the battle against the Black Winter, because apparently it was a big epic battle where only a few selected people could felt the outcome of that battle. But of course, on top of that right there, something else big happened, and it's kind of like, well, what actually happened? And so getting back to the moment where we actually left off at, we actually do pick up with the Black Winter explaining things to us. That technically the Black Winter was the one who had created Galactus. That when it came to Galactus, when he was a regular man, of course the Black Winter made Galactus his herald, which of course gave Galactus his powers. Now the thing was though, Galactus ran away, and Galactus ran into this universe. And so of course it's the Black Winter saying, I have been looking for you for eons, but I could never find you. But now I finally found you, and here you are in this doom universe. That keyword right there, doomed, because apparently the Black Winter knows that this universe is going to die. But either way though, you do have the Black Winter say, I came here for you, and I'm coming here to take you back with me. And so that is the moment you have the Black Winter just beat down on Galactus. Now, of course, you have Galactus basically ask Thor for help, because right now they could technically possibly defeat the Black Winter. But you have Thor actually tell Galactus, no, I'm not going to help you. Stay down. And you have Galactus actually get very upset because he feels like Thor should be on his side, especially when he gave Thor some cosmic powers. But of course, you have Thor say, no, you lied to me, so why would I actually help you? And so you have Galactus actually attack Thor. Now, you would think this would mean that Thor would lose to Galactus, because Galactus is more powerful now because he was able to actually eat those 5 planets. But Thor is still more powerful than Galactus. And the reason why? Well, let me explain. Thor is a god. Thor was given the power of the All-Father to him. On top of that, let's not forget Galactus did give Thor some cosmic powers. And so Thor is just been overcharged. He's too powerful. He's something that cannot be stopped so easily. And so right now you have Galactus not being able to actually win against Thor. Now remember, the Black Winter did say that Galactus is going to die by the hands of Thor. And so you would think that this would be the moment where we could possibly see Thor actually kill off Galactus. This could be a big moment, a huge moment, but it is not the moment, because even though you have Thor using all the powers that he was given to, all the powers that he was able to take away from Thor and strike down on Galactus, where you possibly think that Galactus is actually dead, Galactus is not. Galactus is defeated, but he is not dead. Now, that right there is very important. But you do have the Black Winter just reappear and say, "Good job, Thor. Good job. You handle Galactus. Now give him over to me." But you have Galactus tell the Black Winter, "No, I will not give him over to you." And that is huge, because you would think that Thor would actually listen to the Black Winter, because the Black Winter is very powerful. The Black Winter was able to defeat Thor and Galactus. But you have Thor tell the Black Winter, "No, I will not give him over to you." And the reason why? Because I can basically use Galactus as a bomb. And you're kind of like, wait, what? What do you mean as a bomb? And that is the moment you have Thor actually turn Galactus into some kind of bomb as a way to explode, as a way to kill Galactus, but to also kill off the Black Winter. And so you have a huge explosion where now Galactus is for surely dead. The Black Winter is most likely dead, but of course could possibly come back. But right before the Black Winter is able to completely disappear, you have one little small snowflake fall down, and Thor catches it. And when he does, Thor actually sees his death. And the question is now, what did Thor see? And so we do jump back into the present day. And when we do, we actually do pick up with Thor continuing to talk to the Silver Surfer. Now we kind of find out he did take the helmet of Galactus and made it as a kind of a trophy in Asgard. But that is the moment you have the Silver Surfer ask Thor, "What did you see when the Black Winter showed you your death?" And you have Thor give us a face that shows us that he is scared of what's to come. And that is the moment we actually see. It's Thanos. Thanos is back. And Thanos has his hammer. And Thanos also has all the Infinity Gems, or stones, in the hammer of Thor. And Thanos could possibly be how Thor and the rest of the Marvel Universe actually dies. But this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'll see y'all next time. Later.